We are all feeling the pain at the pump right now, which is why President Biden tried to assure Americans today his highest priority is tackling inflation.
He says inflation has been caused by reasons out of his control, while Oklahoma's Congressional Delegation says he is the cause. News 9's Alex Cameron breaks it down from our Washington bureau.
The Bureau of Labor Statistics is scheduled to release the April inflation number tomorrow morning. It was 8.5% in March, the highest in 40 years.
I know the families all across America are hurting because of inflation.
And nowhere is the hurt greater, it seems, than at the gas pump. The national average reaching a record $4.37 a gallon this week. Biden says he understands the frustration.
I come from a family where when the price of gas or food went up, we felt it.
The president blames the high gas prices and high inflation largely on two things: a once-in-a-century pandemic that shut down the global economy and disrupted supply chains, and the Russian war in Ukraine upending global energy.
We saw in March that 60% of inflation that month was due to price increases at the pump.
When you look at the curve of when the inflation started, it was in February of last year.
Congressman Kevin Hern and others in the state's delegation say it's not just coincidence that prices started climbing following passage of the American Rescue Plan.
You can point back to the $1.9 trillion COVID relief package that was passed very quickly after President Biden took office, when there was still $1.2 trillion that had not been spent in the economy.
But Biden believes the nation would be worse off had Democrats not provided that additional aid, and says for all the Republican criticism, they offer no viable alternative.
They don't want to solve inflation by lowering your costs. They want to solve it by raising your taxes and lowering your income.
And on another subject, the House is expected to vote tonight on a $40 billion aid package for Ukraine. It will be a standalone bill and thus should pass. The Senate could then approve it and send it to the president's desk before the end of the week. In our Washington bureau, I'm Oklahoma's own Alex Cameron.